Hey, not too long ago, my Hongyang that's down there went out, and I panicked. So I fixed it, of course. But the point is that I freaked out, so I wanted to have a backup. So I ended up getting this guy here, this GX compressor model CS4. And honestly, I'm blown away with it. It's so solid in terms of the way that's built. I've opened it. There's nothing plastic. Everything is very well put together. However, there were a couple of things that I needed to know to change. One thing is I wanted to put a hour meter. And the second thing is I hated how this power supply was just dangling around. So first thing I did is I put this on mounts. In the back, attached it. It's not impeding the flow. The air is drawn from here and it goes to this little baby radiator, and then it blows the air out of the front. There's no temperature gauge to know what this thing is doing, but I don't think it's needed. And even if I have installed one, I don't know what I'm doing, because in terms of the baseline, what's hot, what's cold. So I'm just not going to fiddle with it. But what I do see, there's a little sensor here that if it goes past what's acceptable, it would shut off the operation. Another thing I did is I've installed the hour meter that's based on not vibration, because I tried the one with vibrations and it's not really picking it up, and I didn't want to turn it on and off all the time. I installed this electronic one, and it works great. Just wanted to show you real quick how was that. Man, just this stupid thing is bent. Okay, so this is the one that turns the screen blue when it turns on. It's electronic. Got this on eBay. Not eBay, sorry, Amazon. And it's got 4 wires, and this little wire here is what starts the operation, the counter, if you want. The other 2, this one here and here, this gives it power. This turns the blue LED background. This one here sets it just according to the wiring, and this is the common. So I didn't want to wire everything on the positive, just like it says in the schematic here, which comes with the instructions here. But what I did is this one here, I plugged it into the power of the actual motor itself. And the other 2, I plugged them into what turns on, what provides power to the system, which in this case is the battery. So I made this little harness, and the power that goes on the system over here, if you trace this wire over here, it goes all the way to that board over there. And then all I did is just splice into it. And that's what this harness that goes over there does. And I marked it as such. Now, the other ones, this one here is, I traced this wire here. This is the one that comes with a harness, which is that one there, the positive. It goes through there, and which is the switch in the back end. So you turn the system on, and again, I wired out of it, out of that over there, and that's what gives this other power, which is that one over there. And then of course the same thing. So I looped those together. You can see over there, I looped these 2 together, and this one here combined together goes on the top part, which is the switch. The other power, which is when the motor is running, which just gives power to the motor, which is down here. If you pull this out, you clearly see it. I didn't want to splice it over here. You can splice it here too, but I didn't want to do that. So I ended up following the line here, and it ends up being big, thick wire right there. That's all this is. So I'm going to put it back together, and then you're going to see it working. All right, now this is everything not quite tied together. Also, I forgot to say that I did cut this little section over here so I can go ahead and plug this guy in there. So let me button it up, and then we'll see it working. There it is, all buttoned up together. And now what I like is that I can carry it around with me, and I don't have to worry about carrying the transformer or power supply with me. Out of there, lock it up over here, and I'm just good to go. Now I gotta figure out how to secure this little dangling thing, but that's next. So that goes there, and then plug that in. A minute to plug it in. This power, this guy turns on, and so this is off yet. But once you turn this on, still this guy is not on, but once I started, I say start the pump, you're going to see it start to blink. And now it's recording. And now it's recording. So as long as whenever the start button is on, that's when it records. It's not when the power is on, so that way. So anyway, there you go. Much easier to haul around, that's for sure. Cool. Bye.